What's going on, good people? Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I've been meaning to comment on this whole Masters of the Universe debacle that Kevin Smith has put together here and all the backlash he's facing. I have not watched this series at all, nor will I ever watch this series because, as much as Kevin Smith wants to sit there and dissect the words and say, I did not lie to you, BS that he wants to go about. At the end of the day, this was a clear bait and switch. They lied to the public, misleading people into thinking this was a He-Man franchise because you called it Masters of the Universe. I don't understand. If you want to do a Tila series, why not just say we're doing a He-Man spin-off? He-Man will be in it, but this is a Tila-centric series. End of discussion. I'm sure a lot of people would have tuned in. I am a He-Man fan. I grew up with He-Man. That's from my generation. And if I heard there was a Tila spin-off, I might tune into it just to see, oh wow, I wonder how they're going to approach this. But instead, they led people to believe that this was going to be a He-Man series. And when reports came out early on that this was not a He-Man series, and in fact it was a Tila series, Kevin Smith went out there and argued that point, saying, no, this is a He-Man series. He-Man is in this a ton, all this nonsense. And then the series comes out, and He-Man is nowhere to be found. Now, I talked to a lot of my friends who watched this series, and they're like, it's a Tila series. So I don't understand why you would have to lie about it. Just say what the series is going to be. It's a Tila series. There would not be any, okay. I'm sure a lot of people would still be going on about, well, why a Tila series, why not He-Man? But the backlash would not have been as strong because there would have been a lot of He-Man fans who would have definitely tuned in to see his approach on a Tila series. But, and the crazy thing to me too, so the other part of it, of why I don't understand this, is people are acting like He-Man did not have a counterpart. Like, did She-Ra never exist, his twin sister? So I don't understand, like, why you need a Tila series. Why not just do a She-Ra series, right? Because that is an existing thing. So if you wanted to do something from that universe, why not just do a She-Ra series that you can eventually lead into a He-Man spinoff if you wanted to? But instead they did a Tila series. It didn't make any sense to me. And then Kevin Smith is just, that guy's a scumbag, man. Like 100% scumbag, a liar. And I'm watching the interviews with him, and this guy just seems like he's full of it. Absolutely full of it. It was brutal to watch, and I just couldn't believe that he was still arguing certain points. Like, at one point, he was talking about He-Man stepped aside or sacrificed himself for the greater good, and why are people upset? Nobody was upset with Iron Man sacrificing himself, and he went on to name a bunch of different characters who, fell on the sword for the greater good. But it's like, excuse me, we watched how many Iron Man? There were 3 Iron Man movies, plus he was in all 4 Avengers movies. So we got to see the character build, and it led to him sacrificing himself by putting on the gauntlet and snapping away Thanos and all the nonsense that Thanos created. So it culminated to something. We get to see He-Man or Iron Man's progression. But you put out a series and you have He-Man die in the first episode, I believe it was. Come on, dude. Like, you can't compare those two. Like, how dare you? And it's crazy because he always comes across as this purist who loves comic books and all this, stuff. He makes himself like he's a man of the people, and he's just another suit, another talking head who does what his masters tell him to do. And I remember seeing something or hearing something about him saying that he was not even a He-Man fan. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? If you're not even a He-Man fan, why are you touching the product? Like, you had to know that people were going to react this way when you put out a series and you call it Masters of the Universe and you kill off the fucking Master of the Universe. What do you think is going to happen? Like, I don't understand why they're surprised by this. They can't really be. They must just be sitting back laughing and loving every minute of this. And it's just like, you want to do a Tila series, do a Tila series, but don't call it a He-Man series or mislead people to think that it's a He-Man series when it's not. Anyway, that's my take on this one here. I think Kevin Smith is a 100% scumbag, and he deserves every bit of the backlash that's coming his way. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.